Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this lecture. So in this lecture we will be covering aircraft lateral dynamic stability part. So in longitudinal case we have discussed, but it's time to discuss on a lateral case. So here I will discuss already I discussed the stable, unstable and neutral stability. And damping derivative also we have found out in the longitudinal case CMQ derivation we have seen. So again I will repeat here what do you mean by the statically stable system, dynamically stable system. So in statically stable system means it is an inherency tendency to return back to its original position when it is disturbed. Okay, but in a dynamic stability that time will come into the picture. That means how the aircraft will behave over a time. Okay, and let's say in a figure A you can see that the amplitude is converging, so that means it is a dynamically stable case, where in the B case the divergence is occurring, so that means it is a dynamically unstable case. In a C the amplitude is neither converging or not diverging, that means it is a neutral stable case. Okay, so this already we have discussed in the longitudinal case, but I thought it is better to repeat here. And this also we have discussed, like when you say uh, statically stable or dynamically stable, so you can see the bottom one, when you disturb from the equilibrium position, it has an initial tendency to return back to the original position, and also over a time it will come, right? But in on the other case, if you disturb from the equilibrium position, it will never come back. Okay, so basically the bottom one is a statically stable, dynamically stable, and the top one is a statically unstable as well as dynamically unstable case. So in the longitudinal case we have found out the damping derivative and CMQ. That means here we will also find out the damping derivative when the lateral motion is concerned. So consider this aircraft when it is disturbed either this way or this way by the amount of some control input or some gust and all. Okay, let's say some gust hit towards the wing, angle of attack increases, let's say, and this going in this direction, or if the gut is coming from this direction, so that can roll. Okay, but wing or aircraft has an initial tendency to return back to the original position. So why it is means? That means over a time some kind of damping force is provided. So who is providing? Air, with this kind of configuration, let's say. Okay, so that means like CMQ, here we will be having CLP. So CMQ means pitching moment due to pitch rate. Here rolling moment due to roll rate. Okay, so consider this aircraft. Okay, when it is bang in this direction, so what will happen? From this diagram you can see that there will be delta alpha and can be estimated as a P into Y, where Y is a span wise location, so Py by V. And similarly in this wing the angle of attack will decrease in the same amount, so that you can also write Py by V. Okay, now this change in lift mathematically you can write as a half rho V square means dynamic pressure C into del Y is a elemental area, because here you will take a elemental area, the chord is C and span is dy, so Cy into dy is the area, so half rho V square S CL alpha of the wing and into delta alpha, change in alpha. Okay, so the moment you can write with the negative sign because it is a restoring moment. Okay, so you can write force delta L into Y. Okay, Y is a span wise location. You can see in this diagram the distance from the, let's say, fuselage reference line towards the span direction. So let's say this one is a one section, so this is a fuselage reference line, so you can measure this Y. Okay, like that. Okay, because why we are interested in Y? Because we are having a rolling motion. Okay, now so when you want to find out the total rolling moment, so what you will do, you will integrate. So you just do for the one side wing, that means 0 to b by 2. Total span is b, so one half of the span will be b by 2. That is why I am taking that limit 0 to b by 2. And since if you multiply by the 2, so both wing contribution will be considered. Okay, that is why we have multiplied by 2. Okay, so now when you non-dimensional, this small l here is a rolling moment, not the lift. Lift is capital L. Okay, so here it will be small l divided by half rho v square s into b. Okay, and half rho v square will get cancelled. Okay, so what you will end with, minus 2p cl alpha w divided by sb into v integral 0 to b by 2 cy square dy. Y into y become y square, right? So all the constants has been taken out from the integral. Okay, we assume cl alpha is a constant. Okay, p is a constant roll rate, v is a constant, v is also constant for a particular term condition. Okay, now if you want to find out the derivative, what we will do, we will differentiate with respect to the p, because cl already we have found out. So cl will be nothing but the dou cl divided by dou p. In order to non-dimensional, we have to multiply by pb by 2v. So that means dou cl divided by dou p. Instead of this, we will use dou cl divided by dou p v divided by 2v. Okay, so here when you simplify, you will get CLP equal to minus 4 CL alpha W divided by SB square integral 0 to B by 2 CY square dy. Okay, it is very easy to obtain. Okay, now the integral 0 to B by 2 CY square dy accounts for the span wise distribution of a chord and its contribution to the rolling moment generation. Okay, it is easy to understand. Okay, so if you have any doubt regarding this CLP derivative, please ask us. We will be happy to help you. And since we have already given the step by step, but if still if you have any confusion, then try to put the comment. Okay, I will be happy to answer. Okay, now what we can do here, we can take some key observation from this expression. Okay, so the first observation is aspect ratio. Like aspect ratio is b square by s. So higher the aspect ratio, more negative CLP, strong roll damping. Okay. Don't confuse with the like b span is b square by s and b is a denominator. So if you increase the denominator, the CLP will decrease. You can think like that. But the thing is, whatever the you are having integral 0 to b by 2 c y square into dy, there is a b cube. So the net effect of the aspect ratio will be, by increasing the aspect ratio, you have a strong rolling damping. Okay, dependency of CLP with lift cut slope is a straightforward, like it is sitting in the nominator, so you can see that CLP proportional to the CL alpha. Okay, now obviously chord wise distribution, more area at the tip, more damping, and strong taper, that means less damping. So if you reduce, if you have a more taper, that means taper ratio, let's say for example 0.1, 0.2, that means you are giving more taper here, so that means less area will be at the tip, so that means you will have a less rolling damping coefficient, CLP. Okay, and obviously when you have a plane form shape like elliptical, so that will have a better CLP. Okay, and the sign convention, as far as the sign convention is part is concerned, so it is a restoring, so it is a always negative. Okay, stabilizing effect. Okay, now let's take some example and try to have a more feel towards the CLP. For example, like the expression we have found out, CLP minus 4 CL alpha of the wing divided by SB square integral 0 to B by 2 CY square dy. Alright, okay. So with the linear chord, we can write C as a function of y equal to CR 1 minus 2 1 minus lambda by B into y, straightforward. And area we can write, consider this, what is the area of a trapezoidal? Half into height into sum of the parallel length. So half, and this height is b by 2, so half into b by 2 plus cr plus ct, right? But if you multiply by 2, you will get the total area. That is why half into b into cr plus ct is coming. Okay, because b by 2 into 2 will become b only. Okay, Take the CR common, you will have a 1 plus CT by CR, and CT by CR is nothing but the taper ratio. Okay. So finally you will have a S equal to B by 2 CR 1 plus lambda, and if you found out the integral 0 to B by 2 CY square dy, you will be having CR y cube by 3 minus 2 into 1 minus lambda divided by B y power 4 by 3, limit 0 to B by 2. When you solve this, you will get B cube by 96 CR into 1 plus 3 lambda. So CLP equal to 4CL alpha, you can put this expression of integral 0 to B by 2 CY square dy into the CLP expression. You will be having 4CL alpha of the wing divided by B square, and then B cube by 96 CR 1 plus 3 lambda. Okay, you can write in terms of put the value of area B by 2 CR 1 plus lambda, you will end with minus CL alpha of the wing divided by 12 1 plus 3 lambda divided by 1 plus lambda. Now for a rectangular wing, that means root chord, tip chord, mean chord all is same, that means CT by CR, that means 1, and so lambda equal to 1 will be the rectangular wing case. So here will be 4, 1 plus 3 lambda will become 4 divided by 1 plus lambda, that means 2. So 4 by 2, 4 by 2 will become 2, and then 2 divided by 12 become 1 by 6. So minus CL alpha of the wing divided by 6, you will be having a CLP for a rectangular wing. Okay. Now let's say CL alpha of a general wing, what is close to 2 pi, or I mean to say you can consider 5.2, 5.8, 5.96. Okay, so if you consider, let's say simple 6, you will have a minus 6 divided by 6, that means minus 1 CLP value. So this is all about the CLP. If you have any doubt, please ask us, because it is equivalent to the CMQ. CMQ is for longitudinal case and CLP is for a lateral case. Okay. And if you don't understand any kind of nomenclature, I will be happy to answer. Here rho is a air density, V is a flight velocity, C is a aerodynamic chord, Y is a span wise location, CL alpha of the wing is a lift curve slope of a wing, delta alpha is a change in angle of attack, small L is a rolling moment, CL is a rolling moment coefficient, CLP is nothing but the derivative due to roll rate. You can see I have explained here derivative due to roll rate. So if you have any doubt, please ask us. I will be happy to answer, because see, these are the very important derivative, and as of now we are covering the strong derivative, that means CMQ, CLP, but already I explained to you that the lateral motion is coupled with the directional motion. So that means the motion which we are having, like a rolling motion, it will result into the lateral motion. So in that case there will be coupling derivative, so that will be covered in the future classes. So as well as we are covering the dominant and strong derivative. All right, we'll meet in the next class. Thank you so much.